there have been many questions regarding the law of attraction, but none so great as the question on how the law of attraction can coexist with religion. And although there are many opinions denying that they can live on together, you not only have to answer the question of if they can, but to also ask the question that if they can, how? The experience will try to grapple with both these questions in today's program. We will contemplate some of the biggest ideas, such as faith itself. Does one negate the other, or how can you believe both? So as we explore further, listen closely, as the answers we present here may surprise you. Let's begin. Both the human experiences with religion and the concept of the law of attraction have been in existence for thousands of years. The concept of the law of attraction has ancient roots, although it wasn't explicitly called that until more recent times. The law of attraction is a metaphysical concept suggesting that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences or manifestations into a person's life. It is based on the idea that like attracts like, meaning that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs can manifest in your reality. Adding to that, in Buddhist writings, for instance, it's expressed as the idea that our thoughts shape our reality. Similarly, Jesus alluded to our limitless power to create. In Romans chapter 1, verse 20, it highlights God's invisible attributes, eternal power, and divine nature, which are evident in the world around us. It reminds us that there are no limits to God's abilities, and we can draw inspiration from His limitless creativity and power. The phrase law of attraction gained prominence in the 19th century. Notable figures like Helena Blavatsky emphasized our ability to shape reality through our thoughts and identity. Later, in the early 20th century, author William Walker Atkinson further explored this concept in his work, Thought Vibration, or the Law of Attraction in the Thought World. So while the term itself is relatively recent, the underlying principles and beliefs have been part of human understanding for centuries. The belief is based on the idea that your thoughts are made from energy and that energy can attract like energy, thereby allowing people to bring positive manifestations to their health, wealth, or personal relationships. We have explored the science that strongly upholds our knowing and is discussed in our earlier teachings regarding the law of attraction. We urge you to explore those presentations to better grasp that science. Religion, of course, as we all understand it, is strongly about faith. We want to talk briefly about the similarities between prayer and meditation. Both meditation and prayer involve intentional focus. During meditation, concentration is centered upon a specific object, thought, or breath. In prayer, you direct your thoughts and intentions toward a higher power. Each practice aims to deepen your inner connection, whether it's connecting with your true self, as in meditation, or connecting with God as one would with prayer. Both foster a sense of presence and awareness. In addition, both meditation and prayer have documented health benefits, including reduced stress, improved mental clarity, and enhanced emotional well-being. Let's speak for a moment about some specific intersections with religion, starting with Christianity. In Christianity, some interpretations of the law of attraction align with biblical principles like faith and the power of prayer. For example, scriptures such as Mark 11:24, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours," reflect the idea that belief and positive expectations can lead to manifesting one's desires through faith in God. 2 Peter Chapter 1, verses 3 through 10 speak about God's power giving us everything we need for life and godliness. Some Christians critique the law of attraction, saying that it focuses on self-centered desires rather than submission to God's will. They argue that while God can grant requests, it should align with His divine plan. The law of attraction shares similarities with concepts in Hinduism and Buddhism, such as karma, the idea that actions and intentions directly influence future outcomes, and the power of intention in shaping one's life. In these religions, the focus is often on aligning one's desires with higher spiritual goals and moral principles, rather than merely attracting material wealth or personal gain. Both Hinduism and Buddhism place significant emphasis on meditation, but they approach it from slightly different perspectives. Meditation has been an integral part of Hindu traditions for centuries. It's seen as a powerful tool to connect with the divine and realize one's true nature. Buddhist meditation often, on the other hand, revolves around mindfulness. Buddhist concepts like mindfulness involve bringing attention to the present moment without judgment. The law of attraction is closely associated with the New Thought spiritual movement, which emerged in the 19th century. This movement incorporates elements of Christianity, metaphysics, and personal empowerment, teaching that the mind and spiritual beliefs can shape reality. This has influenced various modern self-help teachings that blend spirituality with the law of attraction. In Islam, however, while the idea of intention and faith in God's will are important, the concept of the law of attraction is less directly aligned. Muslims believe that everything happens by the will of Allah, and while intention and prayer are powerful, they operate within the framework of divine will rather than individual mental power alone. Meditation holds a significant place in Islamic spirituality, and it's often intertwined with acts of worship. These practices don't replace obligatory acts of worship. Rather, they enhance them, leading to a balanced spiritual life. Some potential challenges may attack the law of attraction's focus on materialism, as critics argue that it can sometimes promote self-centeredness, which might conflict with religious teachings that emphasize humility, service, and spiritual growth. Theological differences come with the idea that humans have the power to control their reality through thoughts which might be seen as conflicting with the idea of divine sovereignty in many religions. While the law of attraction can intertwine with religious beliefs, the amount of integration depends on how the concept is framed within the religious context. For some, it can complement religious teachings on faith, intention, and the power of positive thinking. For others, it might conflict with core theological principles. Therefore, it is essential to approach this concept with careful consideration of religious doctrine and personal belief systems. But the final judge may not be found here in these words at all. It just may lay forever in the hearts and minds of you, our viewers. We want to thank you for listening, and as always, remember to like, rate, and review this video. Also, we would like you to subscribe in order to add awareness of our upcoming releases and events. In the descriptions that accompany our videos, we often include links to resources for the things that we talk about, including links to our favorite gear on Amazon. And check out our list of links from our channel page, as there are many great affiliates there as well. We have also included a Patreon link for some extra perks. Be sure to check all those things out. And we hope that you experience all that you intend for your life ahead.